Hi, I'm Keegan, and this is A Bunch of Gamers. This is our 32nd episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse, 20th Anniversary Edition. I'm going to go around the chat room and have my players introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Lexi. I play Fury Song. She is a 2 or 3-year-old Galliard of the tribe Fiat.
Hi, I'm Sam, and I play Cora. She is an Arun in the Get of Fenris.
Hi, I'm Riley, and I play Sorcha Flynn, she, also known as Onyx-Flame. She is a Ragabush in the clan tribe Fiona.
I'm Tyler, and I play Kyle. He's 18, a Philodox, and has found his purpose with the Garu. He's known as Guards the Low, Child of Gaia.
So, last time you had completed your Moot and went off with the revelry of the Moot. The next morning, after Sorcha got back from her breakfast, you all prepare to travel via Moonbridge to the Sept of the Steel Mountain in Denver. You have a few moments to collect yourselves and collect your things and say any goodbyes that you want to do, since several packs are also traveling across the country to strengthen alliances for your Sept.
I'll definitely say goodbye to Steven and
Okay.
Regender, of course.
Steven gives you a big hug and he's like, you're not too far off, so I'll see you soon.
Hopefully, yeah. Last time, things kept popping up, I guess.
Guess so. What's a few months between friends, right?
Right.
Miss you, bud.
Miss you too. See you soon.
See you soon.
At Cora, I'll say bye to Regender, and just make sure she has her dates for her test right, so
Okay.
that she doesn't miss it like a dumbass.
Okay. So, Kyle and Corey, you get to Regender at about the same time. As he goes,
I'm just going to say that I'm following.
you following them? Okay. Guards low, Two-Hearts.
Hey, so we're going off to Denver. I just want to say bye. And my test was 2 weeks, you said?
Yes, on April the 7th, or May 17th, I believe, is what I said.
17th. All right. I will remember that, and if we are not back from Denver by then, I will definitely make my way back.
Okay. If not, you'll have to wait another lunar month.
I'd like to get it over with now.
Probably for the best.
Yeah. We'll
But
see
we'll
you.
see you soon.
Well, we'll see you soon. And he turns to Shinigami and goes, and it was a pleasure to meet you. I hope we'll get to actually speak more when you come back.
Agreed. Thank you for having me.
Of course. You'll have to regale me with more stories, too. You did an excellent job last night.
Thank you. Sorcha was a big help.
Oh, certainly. You're all doing splendid together, and I am sure that your pack will do great things and help the Sept out immensely.
Thank you.
Of course. Cora, as he comes in and gives her a big hug.
Hi, Regender. We'll see you later. She hugs him back and just, super tight and making sure, I hope things go well.
I'm sure they will.
Oh, fuck. I forgot how strong she is. Yeah. So.
Kyle
I'll reach in and give him a big hug.
gives, as he returns the hug, and he goes, keep focused. And I thank you for your concern, he whispers to you.
Of course. I will. And you too.
It is at this moment that Sorcha appears, and Carson leads as Steel, the emissary that had requested help, arrives.
So Sorcha arrives, she's going to clap her hands together and rub them together and say, alright, so, temporary pack.
That would be wise.
Let's do it.
As Carson goes, may we do this at our Karen?
Sure.
Perfect. Thank you all once again for your help.
Of course.
Of course.
As you enter the Umbra, and the great moon bridge fires off into the heavens as before. As Regender stands there waving you off, waving goodbye.
Wave back.
Big waves.
And with that, you fire into the heavens and arrive at the Sept of the Steel Mountain. The cairn is actually located on the tallest building in Denver, as it is a beacon of the city's growth and has gathered spiritual energy.
We're here right after we passed our... right after we weren't pups anymore, right? Okay.
Only some of us, though.
Oh, fair.
Welcome. I'll grab a third if you require one to forge the temporary pack.
Yes, please. Thank you.
They return with a Garu by the name of Angela Ironwinter. Or, I'm sorry, of Mandy Eyes of the Mountain. She's a young Asian woman who approaches and goes, "Nice to meet you."
Hello.
A temporary pack, yes?
Yes.
Please.
Do you have a totem in mind? Will it be the same totem that... are you all part of a regular pack except for one? Or is this just a strict temporary pack?
All of us except for Sorcha are in a pack, so we'll be using Bear.
Ah, I see. Interesting choice.
We've been told.
Yes, I'm sure you have. As she kind of gives an eye over to Carson. You can do a perception empathy roll to try and gleam an idea of what the glance meant.
Okay, 1 second. Looking for it.
Hang on, I need to pull my...
Oof.
It's not a botch.
It is not.
Okay.
Like in threes tonight. So.
Yeah, seeing that.
I hope your rolls are like twos and ones then. So.
You have tempted the fates, Sam.
Well, it's new.
What's the difficulty? 6?
6. So, everyone but Kyle gets the sense that glance being, these were the best you could get to help us from her. As Bear's untrusted nature rears its ugly head.
Of course.
Bear comes out of the summoning circle in one of the office rooms that they had repurposed for spirit summoning. And Bear seems uncomfortable here. There's a lot of Weaver stuff here. There's a little bit of nature, but not nearly as much as the Weaver has strength here.
Can we comfort him?
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, I will definitely do that. Move over to Bear and start comforting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bear agrees to the temporary pack and it is forged.
Wonderful.
Yes. Let's go talk to the worm foe. She'll have some information for you.
And thank you for doing that, by the way.
Of course. We need anyone who helps to be at their best.
Well, I thank you so much for that help. The onwards.
Excuse me. As they move over, you see two young black women hanging over a computer, talking.
Do we hear what they're saying?
You do hear what they're saying. She's like, okay. No, just keep going on it. Geek Squad, you got this. You're the pack, I'm assuming. You are?
Fomori's Bane.
Nice to meet you. I'm Anna Fights on the Rooftops, Wormfoe.
I'm Kyle, guards the low.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. She extends and shakes your hands. This is Geek Squad. She's kin. She's here to help. She's kenning, obviously.
Awesome.
She's bringing in some extra cash for the Sept, too. So, as Geek Squad's typing away. And, dealing with your computer problems when your spirits fail. But, none of my business. Anyway, shall we get down to business? Please, let's have Geek Squad, if you could get the screen up. As you see a projector turn on with a PowerPoint setup. So Magadon has been moving in for a while. They said that the plant is going to be at full production and fully opened in a few weeks. And they have been aggressively hiring. From what I've heard on the streets, they've sent representatives to nearly every hospital in the area. So, that's problem number 1. Next slide, please.
Quick question.
Yes.
Does Sorcha know about Magadon?
Let's roll to see. If you roll a single d10, if it is a 6 or higher, she knows about them. If it's less, then she doesn't. All right, she knows.
I know everything about them.
No, you just know. It wasn't based on anything about level of knowledge.
I know.
I know.
Okay.
Yes, Ted. Anyway, so as she goes, they've been doing that. That's their typical MO. This is a larger production plant than we were expecting. I think than anyone was expecting. So I have a feeling they're up to something.
What stopped you from taking care of this before? Why did you guys let it get so big?
Well, how do you propose we stop it? Start murdering a bunch of people in the middle of the city? Yeah, that would not bring suspicion.
I'm not suggesting that. I'm saying that when it was still small, when the building was going up, or when you heard of Magadon making this expansion, were there no attempts to stop it?
Well, yes, of course. There was an attempt to stop it. You uppity get.
Here now.
I don't know how they work in Colorado Springs, but here, there's a legal system that we have to use. Because if we kill people, cops get involved. And if cops get involved, kin get fleeced. And if kin get fleeced, maybe Karens get violated. I don't know. I thought you had a Philodox in your pack to, recite the litany to you.
I'm gonna put my head in my hands.
It was a simple line of questioning, and without us having a glass walker amongst ourselves, it's we're more of the attack sort of pack.
Okay, you may have to reframe your mind for this. Then,
of course.
And that's fine. Look, what did you try? What has happened? Just give us the backstory.
So we tried to go through a lot of so they're buying in a poorer part of town. So we tried to, get the media involved, talking about how they were destroying housing in Denver, which would raise prices and things like that. And the media didn't go for that. And we had several of our kin for newspapers write op-eds about it, but no one reads the fucking newspaper anymore. And then we tried to do a petition, and we got several signatures, but Magadon, with a lot of money and political connections, beat us in court. We've delayed this construction for 3 years.
That's quite the effort.
And we have exhausted almost everything. So that's why we reached out for help.
Well,
Fury just looks completely bewildered.
Has anything been done, like environmental wise?
They followed every single procedure to the T.
I see.
And do you know what specifically they're planning on producing?
No, that's what we need some people to start investigating now. We're trying to run interference and use family connections to prevent any Calokin from taking jobs there, so that there aren't conflicts of interest. And that's what we've been scrambling to do now that we can take some attention away from that and try and protect our kin.
And what specifically, or I guess what do you view as the end goal here? Is it do we need to provide you all of the information that you need, or
We'd like
do you want us to stop this?
We want information. If you can stop it, stop it. I don't know if you can, or at least get something that we can use to try and slow them down and at least mitigate damage. If this does go up and they are successful in building here, what our goal then is damage control. To make sure that Magadon does the least amount of damage possible.
Okay. You also said that this plant was much larger than their other ones.
Larger than average. There are certainly larger plants across the world. Most of them, though, are in Southeast Asia.
Okay.
And do you know what they're going to be producing?
No, not yet. We know that they're producing some drugs already, and that was going to dovetail into my second slide.
All right. Continue on.
While they've been aggressively reaching out to hospitals, they have also been reaching out to some public clinics. Many are, several of them are related to addiction, specifically the Metcalf clinics, which are a local, smaller level clinic spun up by Autumn Medical Institute to bring substance abuse relief to lower income people.
I shudder at the mention of the substance abuse clinics.
They also are helping some of the smaller clinics around town, especially those helping the poor, at a reduced price. We think that it's tax related. We haven't looked at their records yet. We're getting into that and seeing what they've done in other cities.
If we find that some pieces of this are, well, as innocent as something related to Magadon can be, you would want, like, for instance, the substance abuse relief to stay intact, yes?
I suppose. I think that would probably be best, but I doubt it will be completely innocent.
No, most likely not, but
Magadon's a hard one to nail down. Most of the things we've investigated have been on the up and up. It's just the things that aren't are horrifying.
Of course, we've had our share of experiences with Magadon.
Yes. Next slide, please. As you hear the click and it goes, the street cleaners, a local pack, have also recently reported in that several representatives from Magadon and the plant have gone into eastern Colorado and the mountains to speak with ranchers and farmers. I'm not sure why.
Maybe providing antibiotics?
That seems the most likely.
Or they could be going after their land.
Magadon has no... But Magadon deals with pharmaceuticals, not farming. And to purchase those farms directly and then give it to another tendril of Pentex would be too overt and likely bring government scrutiny.
Makes sense. Any other information?
Those are the big ones we've got now. If you want to talk to the street cleaners, they are out on patrol right now, but they'll be back in about 2-3 hours.
Sure, might as well. They have direct experience after all.
Perfect. What else do you need to know?
Where it is.
Well, it is... You know those old abandoned buildings by Mile High Stadium? Or that were by Mile High Stadium?
Out of character. I don't think Kyle spent, like, any time in Denver.
Okay, that's fine.
So probably...
Alright, so you'll have to look for Mile High Stadium, the football field. It's kind of hard to miss. It's off I-25.
Okay.
You'll see the construction there. There are people starting to work there now. Essential staff, I guess.
Anything else, guys?
I think I'm good.
All right, then we'll just wait for the street cleaners then.
All right. So you wait about 2 hours before they arrive. You see 3 young Garu. They're about your age, maybe a year or 2 more at the most.
It's a pleasure to meet you. We're Fomori's Bane.
Nice to meet you. You're the help from down south, right?
Yes.
Terrence Threadweaver. Pleasure to meet you.
Cora Two-Hearts.
Tiffany Swift River. Very nice to meet you. As she takes your hand and shakes, you can get this sense of a strong grip.
Awesome.
Michael captures the moment.
To meet you guys.
Likewise.
Kyle guards the low.
So you're going to be investigating big old bad Magadon, huh?
Mm-hmm. As best as we can.
Yeah. We caught some representatives going out east to talk with rangers. We weren't able to go out that way. We didn't have to. We were tracking something else at the time. It was just a little bit of extra, so to speak.
Although, knowing that they're not just staying in Denver.
Well, big production plant like that, it's got to be statewide, maybe more.
We'll see what we can find out. Ooh,
At the very least, what they're producing.
What was that, Cora? Were you going to say something?
Oh, I was gonna ask if they had any more information than what told us.
Oh, that fights on rooftops.
Fights on rooftops, yeah.
Yeah, they hit up veterinarians, quite a few, and then they hit individual ranchers.
It's in ranchers.
Yep.
Oh, are they? They're trying to poison our meats and our milk.
And it's possible, but then why would they go after the vets?
Yeah.
Well, you go to the vet when you have a sick animal. Animal treats sick animal with bad pills. Animal gets better. And, animal gets dead. Spread out to the masses. Possibly.
Possible.
Maybe.
I suppose we can't discount it. It seems likely, though, that they're just producing something that applies to all 3. Maybe inoculations or antibiotics.
Maybe.
Really?
I also noticed that they've been chatting with some store owners recently as well.
What sorts of stores?
You know the GHNs? You know, the ones in every strip mall that the dude bros go to?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been hitting up those places a lot too.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see what we can figure out. What this place is going to do, or what they're hoping to do anyway.
Oh, man. Yeah. Thanks for the help, by the way. We really appreciate
Oh,
it.
of course.
Karen's a bit small, but it's relatively new too.
Definitely. No worries.
So,
Was there anything else we needed from them, Kyle?
I don't think so. I mean, have you seen anyone, I don't know, I guess from corporate coming down to this place? Do you recognize any of the people who've come to do inspections on their end?
No. Saw a couple people who look definitely more suit-like than you'd think from a production plant.
Suit-like?
Suit, dressed up.
Yeah.
Upper management, or at least middle management, at the very least.
Okay, well, I think that's enough for us to start on. Do you have anyone in the plant at all?
No, we have not gotten anyone to the plant. We've looked in the Umbra, a couple Banes, but nothing more than what you usually see in the city, and especially for that area, given all the miseries of poverty, if you get my meaning.
Of course. Well, then I suppose we can head out.
All right. Good luck to you.
Yes, and thank you.
Yeah. May the mother watch your steps, brother. As he shakes your hand. This is
You as well.
Threadweaver. So, what do y'all want to do?
Making a Venn diagram.
Oh, I mean, probably for the best.
to figure out what vets, ranchers, and supplement stores have in common.
Yeah, the supplement store is the one that really threw me for a loop. I mean, maybe they're just going to produce a whole bunch of stuff, but
Yeah, like at supplement stores, you can get all kinds of vitamins and minerals, and like livestock also needs that stuff.
So, in supplements and protein powders and things, they do have animal-based ingredients.
Yes, like
But they do
whey comes from milk.
So I guess it really depends on what sort of product these ranchers come up with, or if it's just all meat paraphernalia.
It all the time. No, but what do vets and supplement stores have in common?
Drugs,
Pills, yeah,
minerals, supplements. Again,
drugs. So,
do we have access to a computer here?
You can ask for one.
Yeah, I think we should, just so that we don't have to go to a library or something. Just so that we can do like some basic Googling.
yeah.
Because like we could probably just Google like a list of common products available at like one of those stores. Hell, we could just look at their website and see what they have, and then we could Google like common treatments at vets and stuff, and see like if anything pops out at us. Because instead of thinking about it, it might just take like 10 minutes to just gather that information.
That's fair. Okay.
So as you go back in,
We use a computer.
yeah, you can. Let's talk to Hugo. He's the brother, the one who helped bind you, actually. So.
Oh, perfect.
You see the guy going. You see his computer open. You see tabs everywhere. Hugo, what? Oh, Anna. Nice to see you. New friends?
Yeah.
Hugo Ivanov. Nice to meet you.
A pleasure. We were hoping that you had a computer we could use.
Yeah,
just while we're here.
Certainly. I can certainly give you some access to it. Please don't open my tabs, please, or close my tabs.
Of course. Never.
And as you sit down, you see tons of articles about government surveillance, as well as other and talk about corporate data gathering.
Have you been working on this problem with Magadon?
Not Magadon in particular. No, I've been working on just things like the government surveillance state and corporate surveillance as well. It doesn't really matter if it's private or government if they're trying to get in your mind and control everything you do.
Okay.
I think that's quite the leap.
Quite the leap.
Aye. From surveillance to mind control?
No. It's not mind control. What I mean by collecting information is using that information to help predict and control wider population trends. So while they're not in your mind particularly, they are able to target things they think you would like to buy or support. You know, same thing that, people who sound like me did for election.
Right. Alright. Makes sense. Targeted advertising and all.
Exactly.
So, out of character, which one of us is the best at Googling stuff?
What would we roll?
It's a computer roll, but basic Googling, you would just look up like their products and things like that. If you're describing simple stuff like Magadon product list or something like that.
Yeah, I mean that's the gist of it, I suppose. Yeah.
I have one computer.
I
Me
also
too.
have one computer. Lexi, how many computer do you have? Which is probably 0, because now that I think about it, you're not
a
Hamid.
single one. Right.
All right.
The files are in the computer. Smash.
Which is why I'm just kind of standing here with a blank look on my face.
All right, that's fair. All right, we'll just Google around then for the stuff that we need. Basically, a list of Magadon products, a list of the supplement store products, and maybe if we could find it, like a list of common drugs that vets use.
Okay, you got a list of common vet drugs. A lot of tranquilizers, obviously, as well as antibiotics, antifungals, creams. Some of those do line up with Magadon lists. Magadon's list seems all over the place, and you find quite a bit of stuff. You find out that Magadon has 2 child-friendly mascots that help sell sports drinks and energy bars / protein bars, especially for young athletes and things like that, to keep them charged and safe and ready to play is the slogan, which are carried at the supplement store. The supplement store also carries various vitamins and minerals. There are some of those vitamins and minerals do line up with supplementation for dogs and household pets, and some even for livestock. You see that Magadon has products under its own name that directly relate to those for the animal side, not the human side.
Would we be able to get any more information if we asked, what was his name again?
You want to talk to Hugo.
Hugo, yeah. If we asked Hugo for help.
What do you need to know?
Well, we're looking at the correlation between veterinarians, ranchers, and GHN, and why Magadon is visiting all these places.
I see. Yeah, I can see if I can get some basics, but that is a strange set.
It is.
That is a strange set of lists, or list of items.
That's what we thought. That's where we're like, why are they visiting all these places? And why is it in conjunction with the factory that they're building here? So
let me do some searching. Do you have time? Sit.
thank you. You sit.
All right. After about an hour and a half or so of searching, so that would put you at about noon since you left the Sept. He comes back and goes, looks like Magadon has a couple subsidiaries, and some of those subsidiaries sell the exact same vitamins in GHN.
Awesome.
Interesting.
Looks like there's a little crossover between antibacterials as well. Looks like this is just standard business streamlining.
Of course.
Good place to do it, too. If they go north, they'll end up in Wyoming and get some more ranchers. Go further east and then get Kansas.
That does make sense.
So, drugs, supplements, drugs. That means a lot of poison just everywhere.
Well, not poison necessarily. Medical field is pretty well scrutinized.
Child, remember those medications that we came across, what was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
At the hospital?
Yeah, they were putting small pieces of Bane spirits into like 1 out of every 100 bottles.
Yeah. Maybe it's something similar.
It could be.
Could get it to the nutrient supply or the vitamin suppliers, have people take it directly, give those vitamins to like the cows and animals and things from the vets. And I don't know how it would get through to the people from the vets, but from the ranchers, definitely for the meat.
The hospital, remember? They were talking to hospitals, or doctors' offices at least as well.
They were.
But it's also, it might be harder for them to do that not at essentially the hospital though, because if they just get inspected or investigated, like generally I don't think a hospital's medication supply would get investigated like that, but who knows? It could definitely be something in that vein. I think now we're at the point where we just need to go look.
I think so. Thank you, Hugo.
Oh, of course. Pleasure to help, as he shakes your hands.
Shake.
What a nice guy.
All right, so time to go take a gander at this building then.
Sounds good.
So, you spend a little bit of time walking before you get there. The building looks pristine, actually. It's a stark contrast and almost looks superimposed upon the landscape simply because of some of the older, more decrepit buildings around it. As you see crews coming in with furniture, machine parts as well.
So before we actually approach the building, I'm gonna stop and ask, so, what's the plan?
Well, I think the first thing we should do is honestly wait until night. Now that we've been here, we can walk around, of course, and get a lay of the building, but overall we should probably wait until no one's here. Then we can check in the Umbra to see if there's any shadows, and if there aren't, then we probably break in.
Alright.
Unless anyone has a sneakier plan.
Yourself?
No.
Well then, that's... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, sure.
Okay, then let's walk the building at least. See how many entrances, exits, that kind of thing.
Okay. You see a big main entrance. That part is not gated off and fenced off. It's significantly smaller, so there's an outside gate around the facility with a parking lot inside. The gate has a gatehouse that is letting trucks in and out, as well as you see people being able to come in and badging through the gates from their car. From there is an additional gated building with large doors that allow trucks in and out to pack in supplies and have them head out. The other building doesn't have an additional gate, but it does require the key card to enter. The building that is not fenced in looks to have about four or five, or has 5 entrances / exits. The other one has 8 rows for trucks or for delivery trucks of those, metal doors that you lift up, as well as 3 additional entrances / exits that require badges to get in and out of the building.
Seems like we need a badge.
Either that or we try to cross over in the Umbra. Badge would probably be
I think that makes sense.
Would this building being so new even leave an impression?
Well, it's not about the impression, really. We just walk into, the center of the building and then pull out a mirror.
I suppose.
Until we get stuck in a floor or something.
I could, try to lift a card off of a guard.
Oh, are you good at that?
I did a modest amount of thievery in my childhood. Translation, I have 2 in larceny.
Okay. I mean, probably worth a shot then.
Less bloody than what I had in mind.
I don't think they want us to murder people.
I think they made that clear, but
But and also before we get too far, like how much rage, gnosis, and willpower do we all
full
have?
gnosis, full willpower, and because it's a new story, just roll a single d10, and that is what your temp rage is.
That's the exact amount of rage I already had. Perfect.
Nice.
Same
roll.
here.
Christ.
Sam wants to fight all the time.
You're gonna kill us.
no, this is good practice for my trial coming up.
Yeah.
You better spend some of it.
Try not to frenzy. Okay, roll 10 dice, diff 4. Throw the worm. You failed, Cora. Also, here are all these wisdom things gone.
All of them.
You see people talking, things like that, as people are being directed in and out of the building.
So, as we're kind of observing, who has key cards and who doesn't? Does everyone who's going in and out have
Everyone
key cards?
who's going in has key card. No, so some of the delivery drivers do not have key cards. The ones who are bringing in things that are labeled as chemicals do have key cards. The guards have key cards.
Uh-huh.
Though it looks like the ones who are running the gates, their key cards are only being used for the gates. You don't see them using them for the front door.
Okay.
So the guards might not even have access to inside then.
Yeah.
Oh, and how tall is the gate, by the way?
The gate is about 7 feet tall.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
No, not unclimbable, but that still leaves the building, so...
Mm-hmm. So, when it comes to stealing a key card, I definitely need to find the right mark. Someone who looks fairly important, but might get easily wooed by, I don't know, a fairly attractive foreign lass, and someone who won't be checking his pockets anytime soon. We should probably wait till closer in the evening when people might not be coming back.
That makes sense.
So, once you do that, you see the sun starting to set, things like that, and you hear some guys talking. You can do a perception alertness to try and hear them. Diff 7. And all of you can do this. Okay. Cora? It sounds like one of them is throwing insults your way as you hear kind of, man, look at those fucking kids over there. Don't they have something better to do? Piss off.
You ready, boys?
And it's not diff 4, thankfully. It is diff 8 because it's the new moon.
Yay.
As for you, Kyle, you hear one going, "So I'll see you for a beer?" Yeah, you and Sorcha hear that. And Shinigami, you hear him going, "Hey, so I'll see you at the tiny robot beer, just over there." "Yeah, man, we'll get a beer, have some good times." "All right, I'll see you there, brother." As they shake hands and start closing out.
Want me to roll now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't frenzy.
Nope.
Oh, that's good.
Good.
I can feel it though, like,
Mm-hmm.
oh no. Cora's not in a happy mood today.
So, Sorcha's going to look sideways at the others and whisper, "So, do you think I should try to get them to invite me for drinks?"
Shinigami's the one who heard the bargain. All
okay,
you guys
never mind
heard was
then.
for drinks.
Then Sorcha will say, "Drinks? I wonder if I could get one to invite me."
It might be
Drinks.
easier just to follow them.
So it sounds like they're going to a particular bar off in that direction called the Small
The small what?
Robot.
Well, we could go talk to them, see if they invite us.
Well, couldn't you just go and steal
That's
it
my
from them
thought.
without talking to them?
Right, but if they've seen us watching them, unless you happen to know where this place is, and we can just head them off.
Yeah, it's that way that I'm pointing.
You notice that she is pointing towards Mile High Stadium. There's probably several bars around there, which would make sense as to why they would be going in that direction.
Alright, well, let's hurry on then. Go find this robot bar.
Might be best if you were the only one who went in, though. We can all search, but it might be easier to recognize you as with us.
Alright, so we'll go look for the bar. It'll point me in the right direction.
Okay. So, Sorcha, you head in the direction Shinigami indicated, and you find it. It's one of the local bars, you know, micro brews with its theme to make itself stand out. As you see the workers from Magadon getting out of their cars, you see one clip off his badge and put it in his glove compartment before getting out and locking the doors.
But there's multiple of them, right?
Yeah, there's 4 guys who went here.
Okay. I guess I will be in the bar having some water.
Okay. You're having some water. You see them sit down. They all order beers.
Are they anywhere near me? Are they at a table?
They're at a table. You see that you see they're at the table. They're all ordering food.
Okay. I'm gonna grab a menu and look at it.
Okay. It's
Kind of peruse for a few minutes.
okay. Standard pub affair.
And when they have ordered food, when they ordered their food, I'm gonna walk up and try and strike a conversation.
Okay. They order their food as you start coming over.
So I walk over with the menu and kind of bring it down and look at them, and in the sweetest voice I can muster, I say, "Do you lads know what's good here?"
All right. I will have you roll appearance subterfuge.
Alright, that is 60-10.
Diff 6.
2.
All right. He goes, yeah, sure. Right here as he's pointing on the bar, pointing on the menu. His face uncomfortably close to yours.
Lean over and just be close. Is he the guy that put his badge in the glove box?
No, he's one who pocketed it.
Okay. So I'm essentially going to be asking questions about the menu and trying to figure out like what's good. I would have gone to the side with the pocket that he put his badge into.
Yes.
And while I'm talking to them and keeping them distracted, I'm gonna try and snatch.
All right. Dexterity, larceny, +1 extra die for the stunt. Diff 7.
Diff 7, you said?
Yep.
What?
Oof.
Oh my god.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, that's quite a botch.
Can I mulligan?
You can.
Damn, that would have been fun.
Yeah, I was gonna have fun with that.
Fine.
Listen. I mean, it might not be all bad. He might just think you're going for his butt.
You mean... So on dress pants, guys' pockets aren't on their butts. They're on their sides.
All right, you're going for his dick. Whatever.
Hey.
Okay, Keegan, what happens?
What happens?
So as you reach into his pocket, he kind of grabs your hand and goes, "Oh, hey now." As he kind of leans and whispers, There's a place out back we can go." As he gets all kind of handsy with you now, thinking that he knows what you're all about.
Sorcha's just gonna blink her long lashes and give him a coy smile. Say, would it be alright if I, catch some dinner with you?
As one of them goes, "Well, if she's doing that," as he goes, "Well, if you're going after him, why don't you try and grab a hold here too, honey? I mean, we all saw you."
I can hear you giggling, Sam.
They all start laughing to themselves as the guy pulls you by the hips and sits you in his lap. "Yeah, sure, but let's get some dinner and then we can go have some fun."
Sorcha is going to very gracefully slide into his lap and kind of wrap her arms around his shoulders.
Oh, he had already directly pulled you into his lap, kind of.
Well, she is definitely going to go into it.
Yeah.
Lean into this and say, "Alright, I'm interested. I've, just come to this country.
Oh,
and
yeah?
It's nice to see that you Americans are older than some of my Irish friends."
I hear the Irish are very friendly.
They are. Some more than others.
Oh, you'll have to tell us all about it.
Okay, so we're just gonna regale them with stories.
Alright, so as time goes on, and he has a couple more drinks, he starts feeding you some drinks as well.
Well, I can hold my liquor. Let's drink them.
But you are still in Hamid form.
I am, but hopefully my sobriety from years of drinking, because Irish, will help.
Okay.
My rolls.
Well, you get to roll stamina.
Just stamina?
Yes, excuse me, this.
What's the difficulty?
It would be difficulty 6.
2!
Awesome. And so, you are keeping up with him. He's getting a little tipsy.
Alright. So after plowing him with a few drinks,
he kind of whispers about wanting to get out of this place.
I lean into his ear and whisper back, "Agreed."
Alright, so you guys start heading to the back of the bar. What would you like to do now?
Well, as we're heading into the back, I would like to stop him and say, do you mind if I freshen up a bit?
No problem. I'll meet you back there.
Meet you back there? And as I am saying this, I'm gonna go for another theft.
Alright, it's diff 6 this time, due to his inebriation.
3!
Perfect. You snag the card.
So I snag the card and duck into the bathroom.
Okay.
For like 3 minutes.
Okay.
No, 2 minutes. And then I try and leave without being spotted.
Alright, manipulation stealth, please. Diff 5. The place is pretty busy.
Manipulation. That's 4. 10. 6! I'm so stealthy!
Hooray. You get out. So, you all see Sorcha finally arriving. It's only been about an hour, maybe 2.
And as I come out, I sort of whisper to them, "We need to leave. Now. Now. Now."
Alright. How inebriated is she?
Not very. She's a little tipsy, but not crazy tipsy. You do get a little whiff of booze on her breath.
Do you have fun in there?
Well, a little.
Okay.
See, when you can't buy drinks yourself, you convince someone else to get them for you. But you hold your liquor better. Then you convince that someone to disappear into the back with you and steal his keycard, and then sneak out the front door. Simple, really.
I see.
Yep. So, let's go.
So you start heading back. You do you see several lights on the place. There are still a couple security guards. Likely this place is guarded day and night, given the fact that it, has important chemical substances within.
This keycard, does it have a picture or name on it?
It has a name and a picture on it.
Okay,
Well-
then we'll probably want to sneak past the gate and everything.
Yeah. Through the Umbra, and hopefully this will get us through all the rest of the doors.
Do we have someone who has a mirror? Or I forget if that was
think
just
that was-
B.
I thought someone put some in Magpie swag.
I think that B had the magpie swag.
Okay.
Yup. You have the magpie swag.
There are still cars in the parking lot, and there are still cars in the streets here.
We can use a mirror
Yep.
if we're not caught.
Just remember, it is a night of the new moon.
Oh, yeah. Danger.
I mean, how dangerous would it be to go from where we are to like into that facility?
You don't think very dangerous. It's not
But-
far. But the
okay.
Banes in the poorer district are probably more active right now.
Okay. So before we choose to go into the Umbra, then, can we do another walk around the perimeter and see if there's an area where it looks like we could hop the fence without being seen?
Yes, you can attempt that. You see one, but there is a security cam. But you could try and hit it with rocks or bottles that are in the alleyway.
Could I possibly blind it with fairy light?
You could put a fairy light right in front of it, yes.
Want to do that? I would just make the light appear wherever I want to.
Well, I mean, the only downside is that if someone's watching the cameras, if we're throwing rocks at it, they might notice that anyway. So it might as well be a bright light. Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I guess look around, see if anyone's watching.
Okay, perception alertness, please.
Can we all roll that?
Yes. Diff 7, just because there's noises from behind you and along the streets and so on and so forth. You also look around. You don't see anyone who is looking directly at you. People are kind of doing their own thing, whether in their apartments or walking down the street to go to the local bars.
It looks clear. I say do it.
Alright, so I have to roll for this to see if I can conjure a light. Hey, I can!
All right.
So I conjure a very bright fairy light right in front of the camera.
All right. Now I'll need either Dex or Strength Athletics, whichever you prefer. Dex Athletics is you get gracefully getting over. Strength Athletics is you really pulling yourself up and kind of muscling your way over. You all successfully hop over and start moving across the parking lot as stealthily as possible. Which building are you going to try and go to?
There's multiple buildings.
Yes, there's one that is... So there's the one that has 5 entrances / exits that is just in this parking lot. And then inside this parking lot, next door, there is an additional fence with an additional set of gates that have to be opened by keycard, and then that opens into the big factory where you have the doors for trucks to take deliveries and things like that.
What does the team want?
Well, I mean, if there's a second set of gates and such, I think we should go to this one first, since it's essentially accessible with what we've got now, right?
Correct.
So I'd say start here. Oh, and what day of the week is it?
It's Monday.
Damn.
Sam?
Well, so he probably has to go to work tomorrow then, so he'll notice his card is gone and they'll probably deactivate it by then.
Mm.
Yep.
So we have tonight and tonight only.
Yeah.
And the keycard is needed for the next building, most definitely.
Do we know if he had access to both?
You don't. When you saw him, he was in this parking lot that you're in now.
Okay, hopefully it's both. But let's go for this one for now.
Okay.
You badge into the front door, and you are greeted with an excellent, pristine, office building-like interior. You see that there is a front security guard position desk that is currently vacant.
Oh, thank goodness.
Likely he is in the bathroom right now because the computer screen is on. You see the company's logo tastefully placed on the wall, as well as plaques that share the company's mission statement and their values, as well as pictures of employees giving their experiences for working for Magadon.
Okay.
Well, we should probably get out of
Yeah, we should go.
this room.
There is a set of stairs down the hall, as well as an elevator.
Can I lead and look out for security cameras as we walk?
Sure. Perception alertness.
Can somebody look for security cameras?
You said you take the lead and keep looking, so we're gonna.
Don't you still have a mulligan?
No, sure. Oh, wait, you do have your mulligan if you want.
Mulligan, yeah.
Alright, I'll do it again. Because this might actually be very important. 3!
Moving along, you will realize that you came in. There was a security camera. You were likely on the guy's screen as you move out of the way quickly. There are several security cameras, some in the elevator, and there are some positioned in the stairways. You have to maneuver yourselves to get around them and be in them as little as possible. The biggest thing is to guard your faces.
For the ones that we can't skirt around, can I just fairy light?
You can.
Fairy light? Alright, because there's no resource cost to this, so I just get to, boom, fairy lights.
So roll.
Oops. So I don't conjure a fairy light, so I'm going to try again.
Okay.
I don't know if you're allowed to conjure a fairy light for this.
One more time. Yes.
You conjure the light and block the one security camera. As you come in, you notice that there is a ring of security cameras at the door that leads into the next floor. While avoiding the security cameras for the initial glance through, you do notice rows of cubicles and offices with computers and quite a bit of computer technology here.
All right. So I'm not going to dismiss this fairy light because it can appear anywhere. It bobs at 10 feet per turn.
Okay.
It fitted to do so and lasts for the rest of the scene. So I'm just going to keep it.
So you're bobbing it. Though it's going to look weird as they'll see the light bobbing as it goes to where you need to go.
Yes.
Can we put it in our pocket until we get to another security camera?
No, because it has to move. You have to move it.
Yeah.
Because you can walk through it too.
Oh, that does make sense. Okay.
So, tracing around, you do see several new computers, as well as name tags starting to go up. You see big banners saying things such as Magnet Modernization, and then another set that says sales and marketing, and another section of cubicles, and or actually, then you see a section of nicer cubicles and much nicer offices called administration.
Be worth it to go in there.
Yeah, that's almost certainly what we want.
I mean, look at the key card. Do we have like a job position on the key card?
No, it just says Magadon team member.
Okay.
So you head over there. You see some computers. You also see some rather retro-looking terminals in a couple offices. The offices are locked with a key. There are several security cameras here, where one fairy light would not do.
I can only have one at a time.
Can you do then? They're probably all facing specific ways, so there aren't any real holes in the security, right?
Yeah.
Well, I imagine someone could wear the light as a hat so that it can still obscure that person's face.
You could do that.
So who here is the best at computers?
You have to be the best lockpicking first.
Oh,
It's lockpicking.
What would be locked?
larceny? I've got 2 in that.
Sounds like it's you.
I got 0, so
Alright, so I'm gonna put my little fairy light on top of my head.
Hang on. What were you saying, Lexi? So you start heading to the door. You can continue. Sorcha.
Alright, so bobby pin. Pull one out of the hair, because of course I have them. And I'm wearing my little light as a hat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna try and pick the lock. Is that dexterity, larceny, or...
Yes. Dexterity, larceny. The lock's pretty well constructed, so it'll be diff 8.
3!
As the door slowly opens.
Alright, I'm gonna wander back out of camera view and say, I am not the best at computers.
got 1 in computers.
Me too.
So,
Yeah,
intelligence,
he has
computers,
Yes.
I have 3 in total.
Oh, I have 5. Okay.
At 3.
Yeah, I guess that makes me the hacker. All right.
You can do this.
Alright, so Kyle now has a light hat.
As
Lovely.
Kyle arrives with his light hat, and he gets to the screen. It says, "Welcome to Magnet," and it is asking for username and password.
Blast. Try admin. And if that doesn't work, we should go and look for a password.
That does not work.
Okay, I don't think I'll be able to... I mean, I'm happy to roll it, but I don't think with 1 in computer I can hack this.
It'll be diff 8.
Does the cubicle look like someone has been there?
Yes.
Like someone is stationed there? Look under their keyboard. Is there a sticky note with the password on it?
Yeah, I'll look under the keyboard and under the monitor and...
Okay.
Bottom of the calculator.
Yeah, just all the classic fun places.
Can I help them look even though I'm not computer?
If Kyle turns away from the security camera and Sorcha sends the light back to hide your face so you can go into the room, yeah? It'll be an investigation roll. You can go into that room with Kyle if you so choose, but there'd have to be some finagling to do so.
Okay, I'll stay put.
Okay, Kyle, I need intelligence investigation.
Okay. At what diff?
6. All right, so you do find a password.
With a username?
With a username.
Okay. Perfect. Then I will input that, and away we go.
You input that. It is an old mainframe system, which means it's going to be incredibly difficult to navigate.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Okay, so I will need an intelligence computers. Diff 8, please.
1 success.
So going through, you find the person's mainframe email account. The email says, "Hey team, remember to watch the Red Network. The CEO is going to make an amazing announcement based on our facility tonight. Get ready for it. Big things are coming for the company, and we can't wait to take all of you team members along with us. Remember, with Magadon, you're more than just workers. You're a family, and we succeed together."
Does it say what time the broadcast will be on?
It does. It says at 7 o'clock.
And has that passed already?
It has. On the Red Network.
Damn it. Okay. Well, I'll make a note to look that up on YouTube once we leave.
Okay.
Is there anything else in that email?
No, or you see a couple email things talking about supplies coming in, get the teams ready, things like that. Remember, you're essential, which means that you're here to pave the way for everyone else. Typical corporate,
Right.
slang lingo. The stuff that we would know nothing about.
Okay. At this terminal, do I think I can get any access to, like, maybe an inventory sheet?
You can attempt again with a intelligence computers difficulty 8.
2 successes.
All right, so you do find huge inventory sheets coming in. Like, massive. It's going to take some time to investigate all of this.
Is this hooked up to a printer?
It is.
That might be our best bet then. I'll print the inventory lists in a somewhat condensed format, if at all possible.
Okay. You attempt to do that. It's still it's condensed, but it is still well over 10 pages long.
Okay, yeah, I'll print that off, and while it prints, if I can do multiple things at once on this terminal, I'll look
to wait for it to print.
Oh, damn. I'll be patient then.
But the printer is by the rest of the pack, so they will be able to grab that inventory while you work.
Wonderful.
Excellent. I'm going to start folding papers and stuffing them in my bra.
Okay.
And then I want to look to see if there's any, like, HR information, if there's a list of people who have come by, or if there's an employee list as well.
All right. Yeah, you can make that roll again.
1 success.
You find a couple HR things, such as a standard welcome package for new employees for this person to send out, as well as reminders on timesheets from HR and how to get to those, but nothing on an employee registry.
Okay. Is there anything else I should be looking for, guys?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, then it might be time to either go to a different part of this building or go to the next building. So I'll log out of the system.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, that's all I'll do. I'll log out of the system and then leave the room.
Okay.
All right.
What would you all like to do next?
What else was in this area?
Mostly computers. You also see a rather sizely filing system. It's huge. It would take... it's in kind of like an out-of-the-way, almost like library thing. It's got cameras all over it. It's got a camera over the door, for sure. And with the 2 glass panels looking in, you see that there are cameras all over to make sure no one can get in and out of that area easily. And the amount of files, if all those filing cabinets are full, would take days, if not weeks, to go through.
Great.
I'm not sure that's even worth trying to pursue.
No perhaps we should make our way to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Thing is, we got lucky when we came in. Are we gonna get lucky again when we leave?
There are other exits that are further away from the guard's desk. However, you're not sure how many cameras are in those areas.
We might as well try for it, though.
All right. Who would like to do the group stealth check?
So, I have 2 in stealth. It's dex stealth.
Yep.
That's a total of 6.
4.
Yeah, I've got 4. Or 3. Shit, 3.
That would be 4. Yeah.
Okay. Group stealth. Let's not fuck this up. Difficulty
6.
1.
You turn the corner and you see the guard sitting there. He's scrolling through his phone and then periodically looking over to check the security monitors.
I'm surprised that he hasn't come after us because of the mysterious floating lights.
He is pretty into his phone.
Okay, so we're gonna have to time this carefully. Of him looking up, then looking down.
Wait, can't we just use a different exit?
We could, if you want.
I'm not very sneaky.
Is there a way for us to hide in a corner and then, like, throw something at a camera or break a camera, and then he has to go, investigate, and then we, Scooby-Doo our way out behind him?
You can attempt, but I will have to ask, what are you throwing at the camera?
I imagine there's no plain phones around.
There are plain phones at the desks.
I mean, if there are people at the desks, then I assume that they've brought, trinkets
Knickknacks?
or something. Yeah.
There are some, yes. But surprisingly few. For
Anything just heavy.
Well, before you do that, though, if you break a camera with a thing and, he notices, then, he's probably going to say, hey, people are here, and it's going to be way harder to get into the second building.
So, then perhaps what we can do is, what if we just disconnected a camera? Is there, wires that feed into the wall or into the
Yes.
ceiling that we can just pull out?
Yes, there are those.
Alright. So let's do that. And that person can have a fairy light hat. I'll do that. So,
Okay.
Well,
Don't pull it all the way out. Just pull it,
slightly out.
yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know, go hide behind a staircase.
Okay.
And I'll go slightly disconnect a camera.
Okay, that will be an intelligence technology to slightly disable the camera.
I have 2 in that. Can anyone else do it?
Yeah, I have 5 in that.
I didn't know you were good at technology, Kyle.
I have exactly 1 in that, but for an intelligence,
Oh.
which has really helped a lot. And I have 1 in pretty much all of that stuff,
Oh, okay.
which has helped a lot, except academics. I'm trash at academics.
Oh yeah, you dropped out of school.
Yep. All right, I'll what diff is that gonna be?
Diff 6. All right. You partially disconnected, so it just looks like it was a weird fluke.
I'm going to dismiss the fairy light.
Okay.
So that we're better hiding.
As you hear, oh, come on. You see the guy showing up. He turns on some lights. He's got his,
And
taser.
we
He walks by you.
slowly sneak
All right.
from behind him.
As you start moving behind him, and you get out of the building.
There's still that security camera in the parking lot. I'm gonna summon a light to blind that camera.
Okay.
Wait, but he's not at his desk.
It records.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
Fuck.
No.
That's a botch.
No, that's not a botch. I got a 10 and a 1.
Yes, you're right. Never mind.
One more time.
He's heading back.
Okay, I got it the second time.
As you hear, who the hell's in the parking lot?
Light. Blinding.
What was that?
I summon a light. It is blinding.
Oh, him?
No, for the camera.
Yeah, no,
we
I
have
know.
to
You
run
blinded
past.
the camera, but because he's back on the way, he sees lights outside, so he's assuming someone just drove into the parking lot.
We're getting the fuck out, I guess.
Is there anywhere within this parking lot, essentially, before the second set of gates where we could, like, somewhat effectively hide?
There are a grand total of 3 cars in this parking lot.
That's sounding like a no.
Unless we go run and hide behind one of the cars. Out of his line of sight.
I mean, it's better than nothing, I suppose.
Alright. Dex Stealth, Diff 8 for the group, please. Are you dismissing your light?
I am dismissing the light as we run away.
Okay.
You said Diff 8?
Yep.
1.
You're able to just barely hide, but the guy's not convinced as he's like, I could have sworn I saw a light, as you hear him click on his radio. Hey, you guys see a light? Yeah, I saw that. What was that about? It was right over the camera. I'm gonna do a sweep of the parking lot. Could I get one of the warehouse jockeys to back me up? Click. Yeah, I'm coming out in a few. Just give me a sec.
Is this stuff that we hear?
Yeah, it's on his radio.
So I'm going to turn to Cora, and I'm going to whisper, this might be the time for violence, but only a little bit to knock him unconscious.
Always the time for violence.
He just told everyone
Right.
where he is and what he's doing. We should leave through the Umbra.
Also, the local Sept
Too
didn't want
dangerous
us
for
being
me
violent.
now.
Right,
We're at
but it's not killing him, it's knocking him unconscious. But, okay, we can go into the Umbra through this car.
Who's our Umbra-ist?
That's me.
It would be that or Shinigami. Yeah, Shinigami has 5.
Do you want to, Shinigami?
Sure, 1 second.
6.
Cool. So you pass through. Takes about 30 seconds. And you just avoid being seen. The building, this area looks more decrepit. It looks more in line with the rest of the area around it. Though the pristine building has definitely a stronger concentration here, as it looks almost like a giant spider cocoon.
Oh,
Not quite taking the shape of a building just yet.
and the other building beyond the gate.
That's both of them.
Both of them?
Though the one beyond the gate certainly has some Banes crawling around in the parking lot as well, sniffing, as well as various other Banes who take the form of like this miasmic cloud of anger that could trigger a frenzy at any moment.
So, Sorcha is just going to double check all of her pockets and bra to make sure everything is still there.
The
Like,
pages
the
fell out of her
papers.
bra because they weren't bound.
Fuck! I was hoping they were simple enough.
No. Only for magpie swag.
Well,
You're gonna find those papers.
indeed.
You know something's up.
Correct. What about the keycard?
That also fell out.
Ooh. But no. Since the key card fell with the papers, it's very likely that they'll think that that guy is the person who took the papers.
No, because you're still on
No?
camera and your bodies won't match.
Oh, never mind. Dang it.
So, I propose we get the fuck out of here and go change clothes.
And get those clothes down to you.
Yeah.
Bye.
I don't. We shouldn't stay in the Umbra too long, though.
Correct. But we can't go popping out here.
All right.
Though, hold on. Before we go, we might want to try and sneak into the other building through the Umbra now. Because if because of this they just like raise security a whole bunch, that might just make this way worse for us the next day, for instance.
Or they all run outside.
Yeah, I mean, at least one person is leaving to go help him. So that's one fewer person in the building we're going to, I think.
Well, and they're going to find the paperwork that was on the ground and like try to figure out where the people in the parking lot are.
Yeah, this might actually be our best bet then.
But the other building is just a cocoon.
You have claws?
True. Alright. Then let's do it. Lead the way.
Okay. So, you head over to the other building as you climb over the fence, which just looks like twisted spires of metal, but relatively the same height. Cora, you feel the presence of the anger from the Banes above.
Awesome.
And it sounds like nails on a chalkboard just screeching in your head.
Cool.
Great. I think you know what I'm asking.
Yep, I know what you're asking me to do.
Alright, diff 8, please.
Oh.
Diff 8, though. That's not bad.
Yeah. 1. Oh, that's an M. F1. All right.
Alright. Keep control.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
As you get to the great cocoon, as you see partially rusted spiders climbing over it.
Full shift.
Okay. Stamina primal urge or spend a point of rage.
4, 5, 6.
Alright, you shift to Krynos.
And then we're cutting through, right?
Yeah, that'll be strength athletics.
6, 9.
And it's an extended roll. You'll need a total of 5 successes to do so. But they add together. So 3 successes, Cora, so you're tearing away at about 5 minutes and you're already halfway into the cocoon. You tear through to the other side and it looks like a factory. As you see various machines of excellent quality, actually. But you also see that there's a few 100,000 or so Banes asleep, completely inert, beaten to the point in which they are not awakening. They're not moving, they're not doing anything. They're simply made of spirit stuff.
Wait, tons of Banes. Do they look like they're all squished into one area?
Yeah,
Are they spread out?
They're all over this place. But they're in pockets. So there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of these inert Banes.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, you specifically used the word inert.
Mm-hmm.
How inert do we feel they are?
So, like, you know when you're in the Umbra, the ground isn't necessarily awakened and talking to you? And not every tree is awakened? It's just there and exists? Like that.
Oh.
Have we ever seen anything... Pardon?
Unmoving and unchanging.
Have we ever seen anything remotely like this before?
For Banes, occasionally, because some Banes, when you kill them, they'll choose to go inert rather than die, and they will go inert in wormish realms. You saw similar things in the Abyss, like those frozen statues.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about those. I assume never in these kinds of numbers before, though.
No, but in these numbers, if you do the math out, a typical drug manufacturing plant produces millions upon billions of pills. So it's likely that one of these Banes might end up in 1 in every 100,000 to 1 million pills.
But that's a full Bane, not just a piece of a Bane.
Yes. You also notice that there are 3 shadows lingering on the floor that aren't your own.
Good. So there's something in the physical realm.
Fomori don't leave shadows, right?
Yes, they do.
They do. Okay, sorry, I couldn't remember.
It's okay.
I mean, they're either going to be Fomori or spirals, right? I mean, considering where we are.
Yeah.
And we can't destroy them as they are. They're just there.
Well, and I mean, like, if they are Fomori or spirals, it almost doesn't. If there's a bunch of people in here too, like regular humans.
Well, I'm also just saying the Bane spirits.
Oh, right.
We can't just destroy them as is. I wonder if there's such a thing as a spirit bomb. Just spiritual nerve gas. Something like that. Because this is...
A lot.
This is fucked! This is fucked!
We have information now. Which is what they wanted, really. If we could destroy it and stop it, then we should, but...
Shinigami, I'm going to say you're the one closest to the exit you guys created. Could you do a perception alertness, please?
Oh,
This will take a lot more than just us.
okay, so I'm rolling perception alertness, right?
Yep. You notice that some of the Bane's Fury Song are starting to take notice of the hole as 4 or 5 scrags are starting to move in, and there are more that miasmic cloud is starting to check it out too. They're not immediately hostile yet, but there is a wretched sort of curiosity sketched across their face.
Guys, we have a problem. I kind of motion to what's going on.
Dear Samantha.
Alrighty then.
Oh, we've got
Are we gonna fight, or are we gonna make another hole?
It might be best just to make another hole.
You are pretty good at it.
Alright. Try and make another hole to get out.
Alright. You're almost there as the things start moving closer and closer to the entrance, as you hear the gibbering speech of the Banes as they sound like shrieks and moans of bloody murder. As the wall bursts out as you tear through and start running.
Awesome.
We're definitely running.
Alright.
Can't wander too long in the Umbra, otherwise more Banes are going to be attracted to us. Like, we can get away from here, but then we have to go back into the material plane.
Yeah. Or something worse, because that's also a possibility. Get off this property and then shift.
Okay.
Cora's gonna shift down into Hamid form.
Okay.
And not return to the physical realm as the Krynos.
Good call.
I thought so. Should I roll for that, or should I?
For shifting? No, because you insta-shift to your read form.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
For stepping sideways?
Alright, that's a Shinigami roll.
Yeah.
This area is fairly filled with technology, so it is actually a diff 8 step sideways roll.
Oh.
Mulligan.
Oof.
Seriously?
Oh, that's terrible.
Does anyone want to give Shinigami their other mulligan chip?
Why not? Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, gee.
Oh, no.
Good thing you guys didn't try and shift in the lab. That's diff 10.
Eek.
But you shift out. It takes about 30 seconds as you land on the streets, huffing and puffing a bit. And Shinigami, I need a dex. Shinigami, you're going to do a dex athletics check for the whole party. You successfully catch yourself as you throw out your arms, you clasp your companions and pull them to the side as you hear the car horn going, eh, what? Get out of the road, you fucking idiots!
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Right. Clothes. We need to change our clothes. You need to get back to the Sept. We need to tell them what's happened. We have quite a few things to do tonight still.
What time is it?
At this point, it is about 10 o'clock at night.
Walmart might still be open.
There is an open Walmart.
Okay.
So you guys go, you buy some new clothes. You'll have to, of course, wait till a third can bind the things to you, but no worries, really.
We don't have to. I mean, it might be
Oh yeah,
polite.
more of just if you want to shift and keep your clothes.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we won't have to shift until we at least make it back to the Sept.
That's true.
Well,
I would
figured
like that.
We could be carrying our clothes in grocery bags.
True.
Yeah, just as we head on to the Sept.
So, as you head back to the Sept, and you see you are greeted by the warder, known as Savage Glitch.
Have we met him before?
Nope. Or you saw him.
Okay.
You saw him. You didn't really talk to him directly.
Okay, we'll introduce ourselves properly.
Got it. You're the ones that Carson got. Come on up.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
As you see fights on rooftops coming towards you. Welcome back. I was about to head home. Goodness.
That's a good thing that you are not out of here yet.
Yeah.
Because you might not be wanting to go home after we report in.
All right. Tell me. Should we get an office for this?
Aye.
All right. Come on over here. Opens up into her office. Closes the door behind you.
Do you got some paper?
Yeah. Here you go.
So, as they talk, Sorcha's going to attempt to sketch what she remembers of the building layout and some of the camera layout.
Okay. That will be an intelligence crafts.
I'm doing that.
Great.
This is gonna be great.
Can
What
I
difficulty?
help her with my eidetic memory?
You can. That will give her a bonus die.
So 3d10.
Because this is still relying on her artistic ability to accurately relay information.
Which, totally fair. I don't have anything in crafts.
Difficulty 6.
We're gonna go with 7.
Fuck. 1.
1. It's a really rough sketch, and you know for sure that you have missed things.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, this is my scribble. Here you go. Of the layout and the security cameras that I can remember.
Okay. Anyway, so all these inert Banes? Why would they be inert?
Well, something we ran into with Magadon was that they were putting pieces of Banes into prescriptions.
Okay, but were those Banes not inert? Were they alive still?
Out of character, I straight up don't remember.
They were. Because you saw them moving and festering.
Okay.
They were alive at that point.
See, that's what makes it weird, because most spirits who are in an inert state can't actually awaken for decades, if not centuries.
I hear an unless in there.
Unless a powerful blast of gnosis or rites, there's the rite of spirit awakening, which can awaken an inert spirit early.
And how large do those rites tend to be?
Single spirit.
What if you're someone like Zyzax?
can't change the rules of those rights. It would be one Bane at a time. And there's not enough spirals to awaken some random 100,000 Banes.
But you said a blast of Gnosis, maybe?
Once again, yeah, blast Gnosis, but someone would have to still, very similar to the rite of awakening, they'd have to give, depending on how far gone the Bane was, 5 or 6 Gnosis. And not every spiral has that. That would take multiple Hamids, especially young ones. I don't foresee elders doing the job of tracking these kind of spirits, do you?
Oh.
There's some sort of long game in this, and I'm not seeing it yet.
Is there anything that you can do with inert spirits?
You can put them in fetishes.
So let's say that inert Bane goes into a drug, which goes into an animal, which is then eaten by a person.
Bane would still be inert. They would have to do the rite of dedication, fetish dedication for each inert Bane as well.
How difficult is that?
Once again, you'd have to have a third there for sometimes hours, crafting the fetish, and then meticulously binding in the Bane. Now, it's easier to do because they're inert, but it would still take hours.
So that's one Bane. Could you use multiple?
Each fetish has to be crafted individually.
What if you crafted a pill into a fetish?
Then it would be 1 pill per Bane. A pill isn't large enough as an item, nor does it carry enough spiritual significance to house multiple spirits. A Grand Glaive is large, has tons of religious and spiritual significance to our people, and that can only house 2 spirits.
Why would they need so many? That's what I'm hearing.
Yes. Why would they need so many? What is their long game? There's something we're missing.
Can a cow become a fetish?
I've never really heard of animals becoming fetishes. I don't think so. When a spirit possesses a living thing, it becomes a Fomori, a drone, a Gorgon, or if legends are true, a Kami.
Could you use these Banes for possession purposes, or would they have to be awakened first?
They would have to be awakened first, because the spirit is the one who actively does the possessing.
I mean, the only other thing worth mentioning was that we spied 3 shadows while we were in there.
Probably Fomori guards guarding the facility would be my guess.
Yeah.
Now, for rituals, do you have to cast a circle?
Yeah, you have to be near the spirit when you do it.
I'm thinking
I'm not a Thurge, but I know that every time I've witnessed the rite of spiritual awakening, or spirit awakening, it took some time.
The worm's a spirit, correct?
Yes, as is the Weaver and the Wild.
I'm wondering if it would be possible to summon a spirit like the worm. And if these inert Banes could be some sort of fuel.
Maybe? I don't know. Remember, it took the entire death of Jamestown, or it took the death of an entire colonial village, Roanoke, and that killed everyone there. The Umbra was weak at that point, and only then was the Eater of Souls, a single head of the worm, able to manifest in our world. The worm itself is trapped in the Weaver's threads.
Now, that which was summoned before, it was sealed away, weren't it?
Could you repeat that?
The creature that they summoned with Jamestown, it was sealed away, wasn't it? The head of the worm?
Yes, it was sealed into Malfeas.
Could it be possible to unseal it?
With just a few Banes? No. It took
This wasn't a few Banes.
A few thousand Banes is still not enough. It took all the Croatoan, all of their kinfolk, and their totem spirit. That is a kind of magic and spiritual power that cannot be overcome by simple mundane Banes that there are still plenty of. It would take a sacrifice of equal proportion to do that. If every Black Spiral Dancer and every Black Spiral Dancer kin sacrificed themselves, only then could I think that maybe they could have performed a rite strong enough to free the Eater of Souls itself.
But what about infected humans?
That's not a unique thing.
It just gets my head wondering.
I would ask you to investigate some of the other threads, if that's possible. You don't have to tonight, it's getting late.
Of course.
We also, since you guys were doing some searching using Yugo's computer, we decided to get you guys a temporary loaner. Here you go. Username and password are admin.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Alright.
Okay. Time to find a place to stay.
You can stay in the Karen.
Thank you.
We've got guest apartments.
Appreciate it.
Alright.
Hell yeah. Gonna stay in an apartment.
Not gonna sleep outside.
We're not going to sleep outside.
So, as you go in, there is 2 beds to each apartment. You guys get to divide who gets to sleep where evenly.
Awesome.
I'll just walk into the first one.
We'll walk into the second.
Sorcha's gonna just go, like, flop on the bed.
Which one? First room or second?
This first room.
Okay, so you're rooming with...
She just... Yeah.
Okay. Rooming with Kyle. So, Fury Song, you're rooming with Cora.
Okay.
Yep. Just fine.
So, who's keeping the computer on them?
Not me.
I guess me.
Okay. Were you going to YouTube something?
Yeah. The Red Network. I'll just look at their YouTube channel and see what they posted.
Okay. You find...
After 7.
All right, and you do so as it says interview with James Greystone on Sheen Hansen's program.
All right, let's play it.
Hi, I'm Sheen Hansen. We're back to the Bullet Hour. I've got with myself James Greystone. Mr. Greystone, you have been fundamental in expanding healthcare here in America and showing that the private sector knows how to get it done. Thank you, thank you. Now, recently you were opening up a facility in Denver. Is that right? That's right, Sheen. And I'm proud to announce that Magadon will be updating our systems and hospitals and pharmacies across the nation. Because today I announce that the production facility, I've worked with the mayor and the governor to make sure that this facility is not just a production facility. No, I'm proud to announce that Denver, Colorado is going to be the Midwestern HQ for Magadon. And I'm proud to announce, Sheen, that Magadon will be updating our systems to better aid hospitals, pharmacies across the nation. We are modernizing our infrastructure so that anyone, not just people with our terminals, can become subscribers to a new service to get instant information on their patients and get alerts if their doctors or other doctors have made errors in prescribing drugs that could negatively react with what the patient is already taking. And they'll be alerted immediately thanks to the system that will take in that information as prescriptions are filled. I think we're going to save a lot of lives, and we're going to be able to work much more effectively in the Midwest, especially in the grips of these drug crisis that grips the nation. And Magadon is going to be sure to be a cornerstone in the solution. And the video ends.
So, quick question.
Yeah?
Did Grayson? Greywall?
Greystone?
Greystone. Did he look vaguely spiralish?
There's...
Sickly.
You can... He looked fine. He looked hardy and healthy. And not all spirals look sickly in their Hamid form. It's not an instant tell.
Well, I'll close the laptop and I guess just turn to Sorcha,
Okay.
and say, it sounds like, I mean, obviously we saw what they're going to do, but it sounds like, in general, it probably be helpful.
They're going to be keeping track of people. And if they don't randomize what drugs the Banes get put into, if they box them special for these people that they're tracking, I mean, I just have the feeling that something bad is coming. Because you don't, like, how do you even make a spirit inert? You don't just do it on a whim.
Out of character, you beat the shit out of it, typically.
Well, that also means, like, you can just find inert spirits, yeah? Like,
yeah.
Because someone else already beat the shit out of it.
Correct.
So, I mean, we've probably left many Banes inert in our time.
That usually happens when you kill their Fomori host, too. Like,
And we definitely have.
If you fight them and kill them in the Umbra, usually they die, but if you kill if they manifest, or if you destroy their Fomori body, then they become inert.
I just wonder.
Look, I don't think we're going to be able to figure it out without doing actual research. Either finding out exactly what they're doing, or talking to someone who actually knows about this kind of thing.
I think we need to bring this to a Thurge, but a high-ranking one.
It certainly couldn't hurt.
So I imagine, well, any Thurge might be better than just a glasswalker and understanding the old magics and stuff.
Well, that'll be for the morning. For now, let's get some rest. And we'll tell everyone what we saw in the morning as well.
Meanwhile, in the room with Cora and Fury Song.
I feel like Cora would be pretty tired.
Okay. Just trying to give you a chance to interact.
No, it's all good.
No worries.
Okay. The next morning, you all get up. It's pretty, fairly early. The sun is just coming up.
Sorcha is going to immediately look in the fridge.
Okay. There's some basics here, as well as milk, and there's some cereal in the cupboard.
Eggs?
No.
Damn it.
Cereal it is.
Delicious.
So you all...
Do you want to play the video for him?
Oh, I suppose might as well.
So you guys see the video?
Huh. Oh, I guess having so many spirits makes more sense now that they are, the center of attention for the company.
Right, Western headquarters and all.
It is then that you get a knock on your door.
Opens.
It's fights on rooftops.
Yeah.
May I come in?
Of course. Cora, step out of the way.
So, I have a bit of a plan. You're new faces, and I don't know how much they know about my Sept. You guys willing to cast the dice? It'll take a couple days.
If he can get us in touch with good Thurge.
I can do that. So, here's my plan, though. You, as she points to Sorcha, you're the oldest of this bunch.
Aye.
I want to forge a couple docs for you. We've got some kin and some of our best tech Thurges on it to spin up a fake identity for you, saying that you're a recent grad from the University of Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go into Magadon for a job interview.
Oh, really now?
Yeah.
Do I need to... Oh, I suppose I don't need to practice my American accent.
No. We
Good.
will try and get something to you so that we can feed you answers to their computer questions, though. Or we might be able to get you an HR. Either way, we're working on a backstory that'll fit any the applications they've got on their website right now. You, as she points to Fury Song, we're going to use you because you have the nice tragic backstory that creates, or have the look of a tragic backstory that will get them the PR points that they like so much.
All right. I'm assuming they're talking about the scars on my...
Correct.
Alrighty.
We're going to say that you're an intern, that you excelled at school, and that you are there to learn and show that no matter what household you come from, you can overcome anything. They'll eat that up, and they'll probably put you in a position to grab coffee for people while claiming they're teaching you how to be on technology. We're also working on some papers for you. What kind of human name do you like to go by?
Sam.
Perfect. I'll get you in touch with a third. I'll go grab the right master. Just give me a little bit of time. All right. As she leaves,
What of the other two?
the other two should be able to pass through and maybe follow in the Umbra.
Well, that'd be exciting.
Yeah,
Keep
sounds
it-
like a plan.
We'll keep an eye on y'all.
Then I want to let them know what we saw in the video, assuming that they haven't seen any of it yet.
Yeah, we saw.
Okay.
One of my kin told me this morning. Well, it's just something we're going to have to deal with.
Indeed.
And deal with it you will. Next time.
Next time.
Thank you to everyone who joined. I would like to point anyone who made it this far that I was able to pull some of the kinfolk on the fly from the 100 Glasswalker kinfolk PDF found on the Storyteller's Vault. It's an excellent resource, and I highly recommend it. Also, you can find additional actual plays and White Wolf and Onyx Path RPG content in the White Wolf Onyx Path RPG media page found on Facebook. Well, until next time, we'll catch you later. Bye.